There, and welcome to Flex Time Invitational Tournament, as hosted and produced by G. who's the guy to my left right now. How's it going, Greg?
Good, thanks, Matt. Thanks for having me.
And thanks for having me. This is your tournament, your baby, and why don't you explain the format to us? What is this thing?
Okay, so this is going to be a 4v4 Flex Time Invitational, meaning 8 teams will be invited to play. They'll play a best of 2 series, so it's a little bit different than what we're used to seeing. And what that means is each team will compete as Axis and Allies once per map. They'll each get one shot as Axis and Allies, and the higher VP total between the 2 matches, that team will move on. There are no mirror matches allowed. All bulletins, all commanders are full game, and we'll have standard resources and fixed starting positions.
Excellent. Okay, and let's talk about the teams we've got today a little bit. I'm going to bring up the bracket right now.
Okay. All right. So today we'll be featuring SOE versus RtN. RtN, obviously very well known, one of the best collective group of 1v1 players. Each one of these guys is fantastic outright, and I think pretty much everybody knows who they are.
Yeah, and
Yep.
SOE as well as Axis. Interesting.
SOE is very well known in the 4v4 circuit. Sense of existence. They're a German team. They hold I think, one ranking in both Axis and Allies. So one of the best teams. They're seeded #1 in this tournament. RTN was seeded 8. They don't play a lot of 4v4. If you followed the League of Heroes tournament this summer, RTN excelled in 1v1 and 2v2, and they struggled in 3v3 and 4v4. So it's been a couple of months now. Let's see if they got some practice in, and let's see if they can turn it around.
I think this is just you, the 4v4 fan, sticking it to the 1v1 boys. I honestly do. Oh yeah, I'll seed those guys 8th. Screw you.
uh, No, of course not. They are some of the best players in the
They are.
game. 1v1 is king. Everybody knows that. 4v4 is a lot of fun, though. You can have some fun. We can have some competitive games, and it's a nice break from the stress of ESL.
Yeah, oh, for sure. It's like a dollop of ice cream on sunburnt skin for me. Here we go. We've got the Axis players. We're going to go through them now. SOE. Sorry, I don't have to say SOE every time. It's Red Terror as OKW. I think he's in the west. We've got Sturm Panther, Black Storm, so a Sturm and then a Storm, and then Overlord. So they've gone 50-50 OKW and Wehrmacht. Over to the Allied players. Do you want to run through them for me?
Sure, we're going to have Love Nest all the way on the far right. He's playing Soviet. He'll be matched up with Siberian, also playing Soviet. So we have 2 Soviet players going to be playing on the eastern side of the map, up against Siez, who's playing Brit, and Momo for show, who's going to be playing USF.
Very cool. And are you ready for this? So this is going to be, we're going to showcase 2 games, and then we can have Mr. Sotko, who's going to do 2 other games. I mean, you've scouted these replays. You know that they're epic games as the organizer. I know you're quite excited to cast this, so I think we'll allow you to do the countdown and kick your big tournament off with a bang, and ready to unpause on your count.
All right, so we're going to go in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello there, and welcome to Strategic Zoomcast episode 18, I'm calling this. Dear God, I've got pink buildings, this is amazing! My replay's bugged out, I'm loving it! Oh, it's so fantastic! I don't know what I did, I think I accidentally put one of my codes in that Jan gave me. Well, no, this is really cool. Have you got 2 screens there, G.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Yeah, it's so cool, isn't it? It's so fabulous.
A lot of rave parties going on in Leglise right now, but it's kind of cool. You're able to see in the building. So with all
Dude.
the action that I'm sure will be going on inside the
So not only has
garrisons.
Strategic Zoomcast brought us this new innovative way of shoutcasting where you zoom out, it's now bringing you get to see where the models are inside the building and how grenades impact it. I did this by design! No, I didn't, but I wish I did.
Yeah, definitely interesting, but again, I think it'll be kind of cool. You'll be able to see through all the buildings. This
Yeah.
map is garrison heavy.
Oh, big
so
style. It's Leglise, so it's very similar to the 1v1 map, Leglise Breakout for you 1v1 nerds out there. And this map's all about that central ground, but more so in 4v4 with Axis having such late game dominance. It's about those big, heavy fuel points to the west and to the east. So let's talk about early Allied aggression. Greg?
Yes, absolutely. That is the name of the game in 4v4. If you play allies, you need to be aggressive. You have to push the envelope as far as you can, and your game plan is to deny Germany fuel. You're looking at 4 players. Typically, allies are proficient in the early game, Axis in the late game. Everybody knows this, but in 4v4 it's exacerbated. You have 4 allied players, so you should see the allies really have the advantage in the first 20 minutes of the game. If the Axis players can weather the storm, they might be able to turn this and win the game, but it's going to be a lot of pressure on them, and we'll see how they fare.
Here we go. You've got the OKW, however, they're pretty strong in the early game as well. The Stern Pioneers being the all-important unit there, doing their best to push in. Got the flamboyant Kubelwagens as well, using their fabulous ability to cap at 1.15 speed and also do a little bit of health and damage to infantry.
Yeah, Kubel, Sturm, OKW has a great opening, even without the suppression of the Kubel. Now with the extra resources, sometimes you see players put 2 Sturm Pioneers out, which can be a nightmare in 4v4, especially if they're garrisoned up. Today, it looks like Red Terror is just going to go for 1, keep his income up, and that should be enough just to hold the fuel. The right side is the Axis players' fuel. They're going to have to hold that. On the left side, you have the Allies' fuel. Siez is locking that down now as the Brits. He's got his Vickers garrisoned up. And then, aside from the 2 fuels, they're going to be the cutoff points. That's where you want to see pressure placed if you can't reach the fuel directly.
And while this is a really interesting game already, it's such a flurry of activity, and in 4v4, the way I'm going to choose to cast it is talk about more of lines of action and the flow and ebb and flow of who's winning and where the action is, where they are in terms of map control. I think the TAC map is very important for displaying how a 4v4 is operating. And in this case, it's clear to say that OKW have been quite aggressive at the moment. They're pushing up quite far into the Allied territories of the north, going to try and go for the cutoff. So this is SOE being really aggressive for Axis in the early game.
Yep, SOE knows how to play this map, and I think you're seeing it now. They put a lot of pressure on the Allies' fuel. Right now, Siez is going to have to help Momo show out. Momo is not going to be able to handle both of them, especially as they're getting closer and closer to that cutoff. On the right side, you're seeing what the Axis do best, and that's lock down a side. A couple MGs, Kubel, and Sturms. It's almost nearly impossible for them to move them out without some sort of indirect fire.
Yeah, I mean, let's go through the Axis build orders really quick. It's clear to see that the Axis Wehrmachts are making good use of their MGs and mortar support weapons, and OKW more going for Volks and capping power with the Kubelwagens. So nice symbiosis of build orders there.
Yeah, absolutely. 4v4 is not much different than a 1v1 and a 2v2 in terms of build order. You want a balanced army. You never want to see one guy as the MG guy or one guy as the mortar guy. Keep a balanced army, play your game, and work together. Teamwork is key. You need a strategy, you need a plan, and that's going to ultimately help you exceed as the game goes on. Some sort of game plan.
There we go, and it's interesting that fuel has been kept for both faction right now. They're going to have their medium armor out, well, their light armor firstly, so T-70s and Lukes more than likely, quite early. An AEC for Brits now. I mean, we are in the patch of January 2016, where the AEC has got a 5 times buff to its splash damage. Make it quite an interesting 4v4. Are you seeing it yet in 4v4, G-Dot?
I think you could notice how good the AEC is now in any mode. Will it be as big as a shock as it is in 1v1? Definitely not. Just because of the supporting cast you have around you. But that unit, in my opinion, is very good. and I'll leave it at that.
Very interesting. Very yeah, very interesting indeed. I mean, let's focus on our. How are they doing in terms of stats so far? How are the kills for each of the players? How's the damage for each of the players looking?
Well, early on right now, you're seeing Siberians having a really good game, as well as Love Nest and Momo for show. These guys have got in the action, high damage counts. Sib is almost around 3,000. Siez, playing Brits, always a little bit behind, but right now, 646 damage, not enough. He's got to get in the game somehow. He's got to get that Vickers firing at something. Push the envelope. Axis have their headquarters not far away, so you really like to see that see Siez get involved a little more, help get his stats up.
Yeah, I mean, the Brits can go from placements sometimes, and it's not great for their stats, but at least it allows them to hold some of them up, I guess.
Oh, for certain. Those mortar pits, and as he builds them, are going to be a pain. They're going to be nothing but a nuisance. It's a give and take, though. You're going to rely on RNG rather than taking that Vickers up to your front line and supporting him with your infantry. Right now, he's kind of elected to sit on the cutoff point, which is good, but I mean that's just giving the Axis time to push you out and maybe get fuel, get active.
Here we go. So we got the Allies pushing back pretty hard. You'll notice the map from the north has been pushed pretty far down south. They're controlling the central area. And in terms of victory points, Greg, they're actually doing exceedingly well. They've only lost 4 themselves, so this is a victory point orientated tournament. Only 2.
It is. Oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. It is. I just want to reiterate. Victory points are key in this. It's not a best of 3. It's a best of 2. Each team's going to have one shot at this, just because each respective side can be very powerful. So in order to mitigate maybe one team getting to play Axis twice, we just decided to go with 1 and 1, make the best of it you can.
There we go. Nice S-mine on the western victory point. So you're seeing Axis now. That's Overlord starting to think, got to make these victory points count. Can't let RtN push me around and try and claim the victory through victory points.
Yeah, they're going to try and fight their way in here. It is not going to be easy. They're going to need either some light armor or indirect fire, obviously, to get them out of the buildings. Just look at all the infantry the Allies can put forward, though, and light vehicles. This is their window of opportunity. Right now, RtN is definitely making the most of it.
Yeah, they're pushing on. Here comes the AEC. Going to make a big impact on the game. There you go, 2 kills with its first shot. Pushed right up against his battle group headquarters. What do you think about the SWS truck deployment there, Greg?
For me, they're a little too far up. I'd like to see them a little bit closer back to their respective sides. Nice to put them behind the buildings and shop blockers, but still you're a little too far out of your base, or from your base, really, to mount any sort of effective counterattack.
Nearly dying there, the AEC. Elsewhere in the east, we've got a bit of flurry of activity. Seems that Vulture Grenadiers are trying the hardest to cap this point in the center there. A lot of flamethrowers, and here comes a T-70 also, so the Allies are also using their light armor to be very aggressive.
Yeah, that's right. Momo for show, if you're watching him right now as USF, he's really playing this by the book. Newer 4v4 players, you can learn a lot from him. What he's doing right now is he's all the way at Black Storm's HQ. He's got the pressure on. Siez is going to have to support him a little bit more, but that's the way you play American in 4v4. You need to be ultra aggressive. He's got a ton of infantry on the field. He constantly has them in engagements, and that's what you want to see as allies.
So this is Siez's mortars now peppering the OKW position. Elsewhere in the east, we've got machine guns of Love Nest trying to. Sorry, I'm getting confused here, but yeah, we've got machine guns of Love Nest indeed. He's pushing south. He's trying to take out. You got Red Terror as the Axis, the OKW player here. Dear God, I'm getting tongue-tied. It's very difficult to cast at times when you try and get bogged down in the individual detail of each individual engagement, I find, Greg.
Oh man, yeah, there's a lot going on. It's not easy. It's not easy as a caster. It's not easy as a player. You're trying to keep in mind what your opponent has on the field, what he's retreated, but there's just so many units. It can become overwhelming. Loveness is gone with really your Maxim build. He's pushing these Maxims up in attack move. Not a bad choice to go with Maxims, obviously, one of the best units in the game right now. And that strategy that you see when one player's using Maxim spam works very well in 4v4. So
yeah, in fact, yeah, it's been what he's used in 1v1 to get a 63 win streak. It's nice to see that he's treating 4v4 with some respect there and playing it exactly the same way he does in his 1v1 tournament games recently.
yeah, that's right. You've seen a lot of people playing it, and I mean, why not? They're very hard. There's to push off the field, 6-man squads, great suppression. You know, everything you could ever want in an MG.
So when are SOE going to start to get their medium armor out now? Have we got any signs of that coming out yet? Or are they going to wait till heavy later game armor?
Well, they'd be wise to start getting any armor on the field. You know, if you wait too long, it's going to be too little, too late. Things like the Luches, which can be a complete shock unit in 1v1, it's not going to have the same effect in 4v4. You have a lot more units on the field, you have teammates to help you out, so the Luches is used almost more in a defensive role rather than offensive. You saw Luches push up on the right-hand side, he'd be up against AT guns, T70s, and whatever else Sib could throw at him, which would be another T70. So they're going to have to use him to bleed the Americans and the Soviets and the Brits, and you know, work to get their veterancy up and hope that they can make it to the late game.
It seems that most of the heavy fighting in most 4v4 games at a higher level seems to be on either the east or the west, or the north or the south. The center does get avoided till the center of the late game, it seems.
You know what? You're right, and obviously fuel is going to be key. You want to disconnect the Axis fuel, but RtN's got the right idea right now, and that's putting pressure on those victory points in the center too, because this is a VP-oriented tournament. You need to hold them.
So look, Siez's mortar pit, I know it's only been hitting mostly the battle group headquarters, has gone down now, and there you go, the mortar pit's got veteran C2.
Anti-tank gun and crew now ready for
Let's talk about fuel caches. I've got a few in the north, and in 4v4s you do tend to see at least one or two for both sides, because obviously the fuel income is shared, so you can't really turn it down in a 4v4, can you, Greg?
No, you're right. You're absolutely right, Matt. A couple of caches are good. You never want to do them too early. These guys have chosen to do them after the 10, 12-minute mark, which is the right time to do it.
And here we go. We've got the Gay Pride 1978 skin for the Panzer IV Aufgay. In this case, it isn't the Aufgay as the German J, it is literally the Aufgay. Very fabulous unit. But he was met with heavy Zis-fire from Loveness. Good positioning by the German, or the Soviet player in this case, pushing away Red Terror. Elsewhere in the west, it seems that Blackstorm is starting to get a little bit aggressive himself. He's pushing a little bit into the central territory with the Stern Pioneers.
Yeah, he knows. I think these guys have played enough 4v4 to know that they cannot wait any longer. They're going to have to figure a way to get these garrison units out of the building and get rid of that mortar pit. They have their hands full. Momo just rolled out a pack alley, so that's going to provide even more indirect fire on his base unit, and I think SOE is starting to feel the pain.
SOE indeed. They've got some nice veteran units though, SOE. I know that the medium armor's only just starting to roll out. You've got Red Terror's Panzer IV being pretty much the main thing they've got on the field here. No, we also have Overlord with his as well, equally as flamboyant. No, yeah, three of them have. No, yeah, Blackstorm's just brought his on the field, so they're all going for Panzer IV. So it's clear to see that they couldn't wait any longer until they get armor onto the field. They've got to push now. They've already slipped below 300 victory points, only taking 40 of their opponents.
Yeah, absolutely right. I'm a little surprised to see them all go for Panzer IV. I don't know, that might be a miscommunication, but obviously Panzer IV not a bad choice, but there's a lot of infantry on the field. They're going to need some indirect fire. whether it's one player rushing for a Panzerwerfer, but to see the two Panzer IVs is a little surprising.
Yeah, Panzer IVs are obviously a very good all-round unit, but when you've got such a massive AT, you've got bazookas, of course 6-pounder Zis guns, I mean it's difficult to push in there with a medium armor unit.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting now. You can see the line has kind of been drawn if you look at the tactical map or the mini map, and it's going to be hell to push them out. They've let them really get a foothold. They have not put pressure on the mortar pits, or nearly enough as they should. They focused a lot on the fuel, which is smart to try and take it away from the Allies, but RtN weathered the storm. And now it's going to be no easy task to get this.
They weathered the storm, and they're doing more. The Su-76 taking out the Panzer IV there. They've got a demo in a nice position here. I've been watching that like a hawk. I think this may be the time. Possibly waiting. I mean, I think this may be a Love Nest demo. He's very patient with his demos. If it's not a squad wipe, he won't blow it. And that's Love Nest for you.
Yeah, that's true. 1v1 player, very smart play too. If you can wipe the unit, it's much more.
Oh, and there you go. He used it to kill a stolen MG there, seemingly. Nice. There was a unit that foraged right close to the Schwerpanzer of Red Terror. Can you confirm what the unit was? Did you see that happen?
Sorry, say that one more time.
No, it's all right. Don't worry about it. We've got big engagement in the center now. Another Panzer IV going down. This time, massively helped by CS's armored car. I think they may have even gotten the kill there. Also could have been...
Just 6-pounder on the left, helping chime in there. From CS, helped take that down. 2 of them he's got. Apologize.
Dominant display by RtN there. They're pushing here, there, and everywhere. And in the east, you've got a mass of Volksgrenadiers. One would almost say a blob coming.
Yeah, you can say it. Definitely, but again, it's kind of, it's a blob, yeah, but in 4v4
no, he's spreading
maps,
out now. He's spreading out now because he knows there's an MG, there's a maximum Love Nest, he's got to do it. He's got one Shrek, he's just taken a Zis gun, he could be taking the Su-76 out here. One of them's got, the T-70 especially has a little bit of health left. No, the Maxim Veteran C2 pushes them away. Elsewhere, no, this is the main engagement, I can see this on the tap map. Volksgrenadiers did get pushed away seemingly.
Yeah, again, he did a nice job. He's got his Maxim in the right position to support his infantry, not too far forward. And he simply soft retreats, and he's right back in it.
Was the flame half track that went down earlier? Thank you for that in chat. Natch Physique. Here we go. So most of the fighting is in the east. It seems that the players have forbade fighting in the west, or they're building up their forces for a big push. Oh, big bombardment here. Possibly, is that from Katusha fire there already? No, that was a Sherman Calliope of Momo for show as tactical support. Rocket artillery will reign supreme in engagements such as this one.
Oh yeah, Calliope is a deadly unit, and it doesn't matter what game mode you're in, it is not fun to play against a Calliope. You're sure to see it.
Yeah, the Calliope is such a devastating unit at the moment. Here we go. You can tell that SOE are currently a little bit agitated. They don't want to lose to RtN. 220 victory points. They're going to have to make a big push. CS is now building a mortar, even an even more advanced position. He's got his Vet 3 mortar behind. He's building a line upon line of deep battle mortars. They take up a lot of population cap, though, correct?
That's right. They take up a lot of pop cap, sacrificing them for infantry and other support units. But you know, right now they have a hold on the map, and it's okay to build them. So, you know, why not? He's got his Cromwell and his AE support. He's got an MG in the building here as well from Momo. So, you know, why not? And it's only continuing to punish the Axis players who can't get anywhere. They can't get any map.
Sturmpanzer's Panzerwerfer makes a big barrage there, 7 kills almost instantly, and most of the fighting has been in this eastern pocket, seemingly. Another big barrage, this time from a Calliope, right on the battle group headquarters of Red Terror. And as I say, this eastern section of the battlefield is getting absolutely ridiculous, but here comes a big push. Oh no, that's Momo for show, sorry, he's been having to look to see what he can do. Look at that Brit mortar right on the centre. That was a...
So now, if you take a quick look at the damage dealt and stats, we have really Loveness and Siberian have carried this right side. They're both almost 20,000 damage and close to 80 kills each. Momo for show right in around 10,000 damage, and Ciez lingering behind at 200. So very nice job by the boys on the right-hand side. Pretty much showing you by the book on how to play double Soviets, and yeah, really nice to see.
Momo for show has got massive. Look at that barrage on the retreating units of Blackstorm. Another Calliope does it. Momo for show's Calliope. I mean, he must be damage leader, surely, Momo for show.
He's actually not. He's only at 11k. But again, he's playing USF, so they typically you'd expect them to have lower damage unless he has the Jackson out. Soviet players again are right under 20k damage each.
So what do you think about Ciez's mortar pit micro in this game? I think he's been really on point with that.
Yeah, he's done pretty well. He's letting them do their thing. I think RNG's helping a little bit, of course, but again, the mortar pits.
So SOE have been really aggressive. We're going to have to be really aggressive very shortly because they've got 150 victory points remaining. They've got P-47s flying above. And they've got the Brit forces of Ciez massing in the centre. Putting a heavy fire down on this Panzer IV. Elsewhere in the east, let's get some action on that. You've got the Panzerwerfer firing again. This one down on Loveness forces. Going to be a big barrage. Has the German heard it? No, he loses his Vet 3 mortar. Nearly. Looks like the Panzer IV did get out of there in the centre.
IS-2 just hit the field as well. They're going to push the eastern field point, and decrewed Z's gun stolen from the Axis went down, so they're going to have their hands full on that side.
That's right, you've got Loveness with that IS-2 of his armoured assault doctrine, the one he uses in 1v1 tournaments, so he is treating this game with respect, playing it in exactly the same way almost.
Yeah, and Sib has done a great job too. He's pushed them all the way back to the battlefield headquarters. He's really showing you how to play allies. Pressure is key, push the envelope, don't give the Axis any breathing room, and that's what they're doing.
Not at all. Can you confirm for me, Greg? So it's the winners' VPs that get counted at the end of all this, is that right? And they get added against each other if both players, if both teams win their, you know, prospective battle. Is that right?
That's correct. It's going to be a combined total of each VPs. Obviously right now you're seeing allies sitting at 460, so SOE is going to have their hands full. They're going to have to beat 460.
Oh, I see.
At a minimum.
Do you know what's interesting to me? I've got a hunch as to what you were heavily hinting at when you said, oh, yeah, people don't understand 4v4s, how they really work at a high level. I'm going to, you know, I'm going to show you in these casts. I'm not going to say it out loud on stream, but I've got a hint at what you meant by that. And I'm interested to see what happens in the game after this as well, assuming that there isn't a big comeback to come. I mean, I haven't looked at the replay file length, and this could be absolutely ginormous.
Yeah, it's a lot. It would be a lot to come back from. They have Sib's got an IS-2 out now. The center, Ciez is pretty much locked down with Momo. Ciez has plenty of units out now. Should have no problem to help Momo on this side. So yeah, SOE would really take a miracle at this point, as we just ticked over 25 minutes.
Very true. And I've got to say, Momo for show has been very aggressive, but he has been penned back a little bit now. So SOE on the west could make a little bit of a push. They've got their Panzer IV, they've got the Panzer Fusiliers. But in general, on 50 victory points, there's not much you can do at this point when you've got such an aggressive line from the RtN players.
Yeah, that's right. It's going to take, again, you said too little too late with the Axis, and that's pretty much where we're about to be right now. You see Red Terror pumped out a Stuka on the right-hand side. I would have liked to see the Stuka come out before the Panzer IV. There's really no need for 3 Panzer IVs. And, you know, they're paying for it now.
They're paying for it in tears, seemingly. And look at this aggression from the Soviet players in the east. Loveness and his good buddy Siberian, they're pushing down far into the south. And Black Storm doesn't seem to know what's hit him there. He's going to go back over to the west with his tank. And yeah, they've been pushed here, there, and everywhere. It's all about that 40 victory points, in my opinion, going into that second game. But in the meantime, you've got the Brits on the push. The Vet 2 AEC with its Cromwell in tow, attacking this Panzer IV, the flamboyant Panzer IV, with gleeful abandon, out of control. 13 victory points remaining. What a great first game.
We have lost the Panzer.
Yeah, very well played by RtN. These guys are playing almost 2v2s on each respective sides, and they're showing how good they are together.
That's a really good way to look at it. Yeah, my PC's crying internally, even if I upgraded it. But yeah, two 2v2s going on at once. That's how I see it. And GG well played, call by Black Storm, and the RtN guys reply in kind.
Yeah, RtN came out swinging, no doubt about it. They pushed the envelope, and they did what it takes to win as allies. They kept pressure. Nice balanced build orders. Momo for show with the double Calliopes. Maybe could have put a little armor out, but I guess, you know, when they have that much map control, you don't really need to worry about armor.
Indeed, yeah, they just did it with 80 alone, and just look at the flamboyant. I mean, I'm worried that we might not get this kind of glitch in the next game. So I really enjoyed having the pink church and etc. I mean,
if you don't restart, we'll get pink churches again.
Really?
I believe so.
Oh, that's so cool. How do I get this glitch again? I mean, I don't want to do it on a permanent basis, but I just wanted to know what generated it. Have you ever encountered it, or is it random?
Now play 4v4.
Does it happen a lot in 4v4?
Yeah, it does.
This is funny. Okay, I'm going to go back to our faces now, so make sure you're presentable. There you go. And let's load the second replay.
Let's